welcome back. Today's video is going to be all of my 9th grade curriculum picks for the 2023-2024 school year. In case you're new around here, hi, my name is Sarah and I will be homeschooling all 5 of my kiddos this year. It will be preschool, kindergarten with special needs, 4th grade, 9th grade, and 10th grade. I just cannot believe I have 2 high schoolers this year. I'm definitely feeling the weight of that, but I'm excited to dive in and share all of the curriculum that I have picked out for my 9th grader, Leah. Now, she is currently 14. She will be 15 this next school year, and she has been kind of dipping her toes in the water with some high school work already. Here in our state, when you are in 8th grade, you can start working on some high school credits. And so last school year, she already started doing some high school work. So we're just gonna keep plugging along. Now, I should say here before we jump into each of the different subjects that this is a college prep course load. Leah has not really decided what she wants to do after high school. Totally fine. So we have just decided that we're going to keep her options open, and so we're going to start with a college prep work course load and go from there. And if midway through high school she decides what she wants to do and we don't need to do all of the college prep work, we'll adjust course there. But I just feel like it's wise and good to start with a heavier course load early and keep our options open. And then if we need to back things off later as she has a part-time job or is doing work studies or other things like that, we have the ability and the freedom to do so. So just so you know, this is going to be a pretty heavy workload. Also, I will say that as a 9th grader, Leah can be very independent in her schoolwork. I can hand her a to-do list and she can go off and pretty much check all the boxes and do all the things on her own. But that does not mean that she is hauled off in her room all by herself doing school alone all day. It could not be farther from the truth. Leah does a lot of her schoolwork with her older brother who is in 10th grade. The two of them pair off and do many of their subjects together. So if you watched my 10th grade curriculum picks video, this is going to feel a little bit redundant or repetitive because again, they pair off and they do so much of their school together. Leah is also included in our morning time or our time around the breakfast table where we do group subjects, morning basket all together. She's there for Bible, for poetry, for read alouds. Yes, read aloud to your teens. I mentioned that in my video with Noah, but don't stop reading aloud to your teens. So she is included on all of that. And then her and Noah pair off and do a lot of their schoolwork together and then have multiple check-ins with me throughout the day, throughout the week. I really try to guide them and to make sure that they are doing the right amount of coursework so that they are making good progress in each one of their subjects. This is something that you have to keep training your teens at. This is not just something that they get to high school and they automatically know how to, organize their time and their schedules. It is something you have to model and check in. I cannot encourage you to do that enough. I also do grading with Leah. I will grade some of her stuff independently, but oftentimes I will bring her alongside of me as I am grading her work. You have to do grades in high school for transcripts and things like that, but it's a really good opportunity for me to be keeping touch with what she's working on, talk through things that she is maybe struggling with or is doing really well at. So those grading times are also check-in points for her schoolwork on a day in and day out basis. I will include as many of the links down below in the description box as I can, but I also want to point you to my website. If you are interested in having more information about all of the curriculum picks I am sharing through this series, how I am handling different subjects for different grades, I have recently updated my website and I have included all of that information there. So definitely check that out. It has links. A lot of them are affiliate links, just being upfront with that. But check out my website and you will get more information about all of our curriculum picks for all of our kids across all of the different grades. All right, that's it. That's all of the intro, disclaimer-y kind of things I wanted to include. Let's just jump in and go through subject by subject what Leah will be doing for 9th grade. All right, first up, math. I know this is not going to be a surprise for you. We are a Math UC family. All of my kids use Math UC. So Leah will be moving into Algebra 1. She is finishing up pre-algebra right now, just on her last few lessons, and so she'll be jumping into Algebra 1 this summer. We love, love, love this curriculum. It's just such a good fit for my kiddos. They watch the DVD lesson from Mr. Demi at the beginning of the week, and then they work through the worksheets and then take their test by the end of the week. And then I use their tests to grade and, do a cumulative grade for them for the school year. So this has just worked really well. We have all of the math manipulatives that go along with this. Leah has a little DVD player that she can use to watch the lessons. If you'd rather have the online courses, that's an option as well. They do have online videos, but you do get the DVDs, which is what we prefer. And then she also uses a scientific calculator to do a lot of the problems in this course. As your kids get up into this higher math, they have to have a calculator. Otherwise, it would take them hours upon hours to do their work. So she uses a calculator as well. For her English credit, I am calling this course English Grammar and Composition. And that's just a really nice way of me being able to say that I'm going to piecemeal together several curricula that I want Leah to put together to do an English credit. So first up is analytical grammar. I've talked about this on my channel for several times now. I actually have an entire dedicated video review to this curriculum. I'll be sure to link it. This is a very challenging and robust curriculum. We've had to move through it a lot more slowly than I originally intended, which is fine. So there are 3 different sections to this book, or 3 seasons. So Leah is going to be finishing out season 3 for her 9th grade year. Now, she will do 1 lesson every other week, and paired alongside that on her off weeks from grammar, she is going to continue in IEW. Now, I don't have the books up here. I'll be sure to put an image right here of them. We are going to finish up our IEW Structure and Style B Year 2. We have several lessons left in that curriculum that I just really want to finish it and make sure we're getting the most of our money, the best bang for our buck. So we're going to start there, finish that off, and then probably halfway through the year, I will move us into level C of structure and style, and we'll do year 1 of level C. So we're just going to keep plugging along in IEW. I don't get overly concerned about making sure we start a new piece of curriculum in August or September. We just keep plugging along as we go. That's one of the beautiful freedoms we have as homeschoolers. All right, so for English credit, she's going to be going back and forth and doing writing and grammar every other week. And then paired alongside that, I'm also going to have her do Wordly Wise. This is Wordly Wise 3000, book 9. This is just a vocabulary curriculum. I think that this will be really helpful for her, especially if she is on the path to college. She is going to have to do some testing at some point. Vocabulary will be a very important skill for her to have for those tests. So she will be working through this book as well. Now, this is not our first year with Wordly Wise. We haven't done it in a couple of years, but they did do one of these in middle school. I think Leah did it maybe in 5th or 6th grade. So she is already familiar with this curriculum. But yeah, we're going to work through this as well. So those 3 items are going to make up her English credit. All right, for history, this is quite the stack here. History and literature, we are going to do world history this year. All of my kids across the board are going to do world history, but each one of them is just going to do it maybe a little bit differently on their own level. Leah is going to pair off with Noah and do Not Grass, Exploring World History. And yeah, this is quite the chunky textbook. There are 3 books here. She's going to be doing this with Noah. Now, we have done Not Grass in years past. It's a very intense curriculum. It takes a lot of time and energy. So I already know that we will not do every single lesson in these books. I will pick and choose as need be. But I'm really excited for them to do world history from Not Grass. They're just such a solid company and such a solid curriculum. Now, to go along with this, I did pick up their student pack. It has a review book as well as a test book. Again, testing is just one of those things in high school that is very, very helpful for you to utilize with your kids to be able to put towards tracking grades if that is something you need to do in your state for your transcripts. Having tests like that just makes that a little bit easier. So I did go ahead and pick those up as well. Now, paired with this history curriculum, I'm also going to have Noah and Leah read a bunch of world history novels, literature picks. I pieced these together from Sunlight reading lists, as well as just my own books that I wanted them to read or that I was interested in. I really love the idea of taking living books and pairing it along with what we are learning to make textbooks like Knotgrass kind of come to life a little bit more. So I like to pair the two together. So I have quite the stack of literature over here. Some of these Leah will read on her own independently and pair with lit logs. I've done a whole video about how we do lit logs, literature logs in our house. Again, I'll be sure to link it. She will read some of these and create lit logs to go with them. And then some of these books I will use as read alouds for our entire family. So we'll just kind of play that by ear throughout the school year and pick and choose. But I'll go through real quick and show you all of our literature picks. Moving on to science, yet again a big chunky book here, hold on. So last year Noah and Leah did physical science. They did Berean Builders, Earth Science, and loved it. We loved that curriculum, so it was a no-brainer. We're continuing on, and we are going to do Discovering Design with Biology. Now, the key to success for us in our homeschool with this course with Berean Builders are the pre-recorded Vimeo classes. These are classes that you rent online. I think it's about $100 for the year, but these just really helped to teach my kids science, to keep them on track throughout the year, moving through the textbook, through the course, through the lab work. They were just really enjoyable and fun to watch. The teachers on there are very engaging, and they're really well done, so I can't recommend them enough. So they will be doing this biology course paired with those pre-recorded classes. I also have the student workbook here. This includes lab sheets and worksheets, comprehension questions, as well as tests. Again, tests, super helpful for tracking grades. And then I joked on my video when I was recording for Noah, I have dead animals in my bedroom. Disgusting. But they are going to do this as a lab, and so I have the dissection kit here. There is a fish and a frog and a worm and maybe a crawdad in here that they will be dissecting. Leah is horrified by the thought of this. So I think we're going to do this as a homeschool group project. Maybe invite some other friends and homeschool families over and do this as demo days to do the dissection together as a group. Just make it a little bit more enjoyable for my kiddos because they're dreading it a little bit. But I think once they get into it, they're gonna have a lot of fun. I know I did in high school. So anyways, we're going to do biology lab from Berean Builders. Moving on to electives. Again, I know that this video is very repetitive of my 10th grade video with Noah, but they pair off and they do a lot of these subjects together. Leah has been working through Spanish 1 in 8th grade with Noah for a high school credit. And so once they finish that DVD course this summer, we will be moving into Spanish 2. I haven't purchased it yet. You gotta kinda, there's a lot of curriculum here for 5 kiddos. You gotta kind of spread it out throughout the year. Some other electives, Leah is my art girl. She just loves art, and we have had really good experiences with artistic pursuits through the years. Sorry, this is a little crumply sounding, but I went ahead and picked up for her at the conference drawing the intermediate level Art Core 3 and painting Art Core 4. So these are, again, they have some DVD lessons in here for them to watch and then do 36 different art projects to go along with each book. So these will be elective, like half credit courses that she can do for drawing and for painting. Another elective that she's going to go ahead and do alongside of Noah is, I haven't decided what I'm going to call this course yet, Home Ec, Life Skills, something along those lines. Leave me a comment down below if you have a good idea of what I can call this course. But I'm kind of writing it and putting it together as I go. I picked up this book. It's called Home Ec for Everyone, Practical Life Skills in 118 Projects. This book just goes through and gives some very basic suggestions for cooking, for sewing, for life skills. And so I'm going to use this as kind of a syllabus or just a guide for me to go throughout the year and make sure that I've covered all of my bases, that my kids know how to do basic cooking, cleaning, household projects, things like that, so that someday when they fly the coop and they're no longer here, I feel like I've done my job and they're ready to be an adult, and at least as much as I can prepare them for that. But I'm really excited about teaching this. It was actually my favorite class I took in high school. I love taking Home Ec. I don't think they do it anymore, but we're gonna do it in our homeschool. All right, last but not least is Bible. And again, I hesitate to even call this a subject because it's really not. It's something our family would do, whether we homeschooled or not. It is a part of our everyday life. But it's nice to put here in these curriculum pick videos just so you guys have the information if you want it. So first of all, as I mentioned in Noah's video, Noah and Leah read through whole books of the Bible with their dad on a regular basis. They read it individually and then take notes and discuss it. And so they will continue to do that. He kind of picks and chooses different books based on what we're doing at our church. And so they're going to keep doing that. As well, Leah has a discipleship relationship with someone from our church. She meets with a friend of mine every single week, and they just actually finished going through the book of Mark. So they meet together and read and pray, and it's just such a great thing for my teenager is to have this discipleship relationship. And so I can't encourage you enough. If you have young teens, young adults, if you can pair them up with another adult that you trust and have them read through books, read through scripture together, pray, it's just such a wonderful thing. And I would really encourage you to pursue that for your child. On top of that, she is also going to read these 2 books. I try to assign 1 book per semester. So these are for her and Noah. They'll probably each read 1 each semester and then swap. This first one was on our church's resource wall. It is 10 questions every teen should ask and answer about Christianity. The other book I saw at the conference and picked it up. I just thought it looked interesting. I'll probably flip through and pre-read it. So I can't 100% recommend this one yet, but it's on our reading list. The Jesus I Wish I Knew in High School. All right, guys, well, that is it for my 9th grade curriculum picks. As I mentioned in a lot of these other videos, we homeschool year-round. And so this is a lot of books, a lot of curriculum for Leah to do, but she will not do all of this every single day. Some of this she might do over the summer, some of it she might do 3 days a week. We really just kind of balance it out. So there are a lot of books here, but she does not do every single one of these every single day. So just put that out there if this looks a little bit overwhelming, because me surrounded by it in my bedroom, it is overwhelming. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, leave comments down below about what type of homeschooling high school content you guys would like to see. I'm really interested in making sure that I'm providing information that is useful to you. All right, guys, well, I hope that your school year is ending well and you are jumping into summer. See you later.